In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make a house track from scratch using your MPC Studio and the MPC software. Let's dive straight in.
So the first thing we're going to do is locate our media browser in the MPC software, which you can turn on and off from the tab at the bottom. Then we want to locate our MPC Studio Demos and Templates expansion. So if you haven't installed this, make sure you have it installed, and then make sure you have the project filter tab highlighted. And now we want to go down to the Nightlife Deep House template. Now double click on this file and it will load the template directly into a brand new project. So now if we hit the main button on our MPC Studio, we can now scroll through each of the tracks. So track 1 will have our drums. Now we can go to track 2. So we have a bass, Rhodes on track 3, strings, synth, piano, and all of the components that we need to start making our house track. So we're going to go back to track 1 and then we're going to start laying down the foundation. So let's check our tempo. So hold down the tempo button and our tempo is set at 120, but you can change this if you want to. So now let's hit record, play and start, and lay down our kick and hi-hat. Now let's add a double set of hats. Now we'll come out of overdub and we're going to add some iconic MPC swing to our beat to give it some shuffle. Hold down Shift, TC, hit it twice, and now you'll see MPC swing. And we're going to give it about 60%, then press quantize. So now our groove is swinging a lot harder. Now let's continue adding some more drums over our beat. Let's use that hat, hit overdub. Working on the off pattern here to keep the rhythm moving. Now let's use some claps. Now let's turn our metronome off by holding down Shift, play and start. And now we're going to add on pad 7 a reverb clap. We're going to put this on every second clap. Now let's add some ghost notes with our percussion. Now that our beat's starting to take shape, we're going to use some of those classic Nightlife chord stabs over our track on pad 13. These are the amazing sounds of Scott Diaz. So now that we've got our track swinging the way that we want, let's go to track select. We're going to go to track 2 and we're going to start laying our bass line down. Now we've already set the key information for you, so all you need to do is hit the pads and come up with a groove. Let's hit overdub. Let's come out of overdub. Now we've got our bass line. We're going to go to track select. And we're going to go to track 3, which is our Rhodes, and add some chords. Now if we hold down Shift, 16 levels, come out of notes mode, and we're going to go to progressions. Now in progressions, press Shift and 16 levels 3 times and you'll get to the progression type. You want to make sure you've got House 4 selected. Now use the pads to lay some chords down. Once you've found the right groove, hit overdub and lay down your idea. Let's come out of overdub. And now we're going to press track select and we're going to navigate to track 5. We're going to use some polysynth from Hype. Now this is using chord progressions that we've already selected. Once you've found your groove, just hit overdub. Now that we've laid that down, come out of overdub. And now let's select our next track. We're going to navigate back to track 1 and use pad 12 and add a guitar stab. Let's bring this on the offbeat. Now let's come out of overdub. And now we need to add some classic piano over our track. So we're going to navigate to track 9, where we've got the F9 classic house piano. Now we're already on our chords mode, so we can simply just play this sound straight away. Now you can't get much house than that. So let's lay this down. Now we've done that, let's press overdub. Now we can scroll down on our drum roll so we can see all of our notes. Now let's navigate, and we're going to go to track 6 and add a sustained string. So let's come out of progressions to notes and use our bank select to go to bank B to jump up the octave. Let's hit overdub and hold a string. Now that's recorded, we're going to navigate to our drum synth, which is located on track 10. Now this is MPC's inbuilt drum synthesizer that emulates retro drum machines to current sounding. Now we're going to use note repeat to add some shuffles on our hi-hats. Let's add some claps. Let's add some open hats as well, just to finish off our beat. Now let's use MPC Studio's track menu to really break down our track in real time to add some vibe. Let's bring it down to the drums and bass. Bring in the Rhodes, drop the drums. Now let's flip some vocals. If you want to learn more about MPC Studio, head over to the MPC Academy to learn more tips and tricks, watch a full masterclass, and improve your productions today. Thanks for watching.